Welcome back to the Sunday Business Page.
The donation of human blood has been called the real act of humanity. Western Pennsylvania is facing an impending community health crisis. There has been an alarming decrease in the number of people willing to donate blood. Vitalant, successor to the Central Blood Bank, is the exclusive blood product provider for both UPMC Health System and the Allegheny Health Network. Causing the shortage, and what can be done to increase awareness of the need for blood donations. Kristen Lane is marketing lead for Vitalant. We're so pleased to welcome her to the Sunday Business Page. Kristen, thank you.
Thank you, John.
You know, I was shocked at the numbers. So let's tell folks right up front how bad the situation has deteriorated over the last 10 years. You have half as many donors as you once had?
We do. People who are willing or able to donate blood have really decreased during the past 10 years to the point where, as you said, we are facing an impending public health crisis.
I was looking again at these numbers, and for example, in 2017, 156,000 pints of blood were needed in this area to help patients, but only 73,700 were donated. 153,000 needed, but only 73,000 donated. So, Kristen, what's going on? Why aren't people donating?
John, there are so many reasons. People are busy. We have some criteria in place that may defer people from donating blood, such as having traveled to areas where there is Zika or malaria.
Right.
People may have traveled to countries that also defer them. The baby boomers are getting older. Some of us are turning from blood donors to blood recipients.
Yeah, that's not a pleasant thought.
No, it's not.
But it is a real thing that a lot of folks in my generation, I think I'm a little older than you, but in our generation, we're blood donors. And you get to a point where I take it you will not accept blood donations above a certain age?
That's not true. You can donate forever and ever as long as your health can accommodate that, and
Good.
We welcome people of all ages. Some of our highest gallon donors are in their 70s.
Well, that's not surprising to me, but I want to know about the millennials.
So do we.
What's going on with millennials and the Gen Xers, the people in their 20s and 30s and 40s? Those ought to be your main suppliers.
They should, and that's why we really need to get the word out. And young people these days are very, very busy. They really focus on convenience. And that is why we want to get so many area business owners, the faith-based organization, educational institutions involved, so they will sponsor blood drives to make it convenient for those young people to donate.
So you're asking for any organization that would like to get involved to contact Vitalant?
That's correct.
And you can organize an arrangement. Would you actually come to the employer's operation and take the blood? Can you do the setup there? Or do they have
Absolutely. We bring an entire blood donation center on site. We have our trucks, we bring our equipment in, we bring our phlebotomist in, everything from the juice to the cookies to make it very convenient. And that's what we really need to rely on.
So we need folks watching this show today, businesses, organizations. You mentioned churches, that's another good source. You got to contact Kristen Lane at Vitalant and make sure that we get a lot of folks involved in this. I mean, this is a serious problem. What happens when we, if last year we didn't have enough blood, how do we have to get the blood? Where do we go?
Unfortunately, Vitalant needs to import it from other states. And we really want our Pittsburgh pride to shine through and have people step up to provide the blood we need here in our community, at our community hospitals.
Well, we are a generous people in Western Pennsylvania.
Oh, we are indeed.
Which is why I'm so surprised at this crisis, that these numbers. Can you tell us, how's it impacting the local hospitals?
Well, that's the scary part, and that's where we're leading to an impending public health crisis. If hospitals don't have the blood on the shelves that they need for surgeries, for treating trauma people undergoing treatment for cancer, we may need to postpone or even cancel surgeries.
Well, postponing anything, particularly in a crisis. We just had that Tree of Life shooting where I am sure blood was needed by some of those who were shot, and including police officers. Did that present a problem? Could it present a problem?
Well, that's so interesting you brought that up. It presented a problem, but probably not the kind you're thinking of. So if you think about it, it's the blood that's already at the hospital that helps people in any kind of a disaster. So the folks who were unfortunately impacted and injured during the Tree of Life shooting, who needed blood, that blood was already there. So it was people who donated 2 days or longer before.
Right.
Now the people who lined up to donate blood, we love them. We were so grateful. They were helping to save lives, but they were saving lives in the future because it takes about 2 days to process and test blood.
Very good point. Bottom line means that you've got to donate blood now in order to really help people who are in another crisis situation in the next few days or in the weeks to come.
That's exactly right.
Kristen, thank you so much. I hope everybody will get on board. Organizations, please call Vitalant and line up an opportunity for your folks to give blood. Thank you again, Kristen.
Thank you,
nice to have
John.
you with us. We appreciate it. When the Sunday Business Page continues, how the National Aviary in Pittsburgh has become part of an international effort to save lesser flamingo chicks from a serious drought in South Africa. Stick with us.